Okay, guys, let's take a look at the top 25 top selling other sports cards for May 2025. Our video, no Big Four sports, 2000 or earlier, wrestling and consider a sport, no duplicates, graded and raw cards are okay. With this out of the way, let's take a look at the list. We're going to start off with a Mario Andretti autograph from 1969 Panini. The autograph on this card is graded a 10, with the card itself graded a 5. Sold price in this one was $1,150. We have a T229 of Jack Johnson. This card sold raw with the big piece of tape here on the back for $1,165. Now, that's probably a pretty good price for this card. Pet and Kopech are very tough to find. Jack Johnson is the best name within that set. Even commons in this set are like $200. I think that kind of sold cheap as a buy it now, in my personal opinion, but I haven't paid attention too much to this Jack Johnson market. But this is by far one of his rarest cards to find, and boxing collectors will pay up for that set. We have a 1997 Panini Rocky in a PSA 10. This is The Rock, famous wrestler and actor, sold for $1,300. Up in the number 22 spot, we have Kurt Hennig, and this is an on-card autograph from the Topps WCWNWO set, very popular in the late 1990s. This card is pretty good because the backs chip pretty easily. It's a graded 9 with an 8 on the auto, which actually is kind of low on the auto. It looks like a nicer auto, in my opinion, but this one sold for $1,400. We have another one from the same set, this time of Scott Hall. This one sold raw for $1,447. Up in the number 20 spot, another wrestling auto from 1994. These were numbered to 500. This is a Macho Man Randy Savage. These are typically in pretty tough shape. I don't know if I would 100% go with the FCG grade on this, but this does look like a very clean copy on this side of things, and people will pay up for nice copies of this. And this sold for $1,680. You can go and check out our past videos for the sales of this as well. It's almost featured every single month. While limited to 500, it's sold quite a bit. We have a George Best rookie from 1964 Barrett in a PSA 5 grade. This one over here sold for $1,913. 1987 Question of Sport Mike Tyson, and this one is graded a PSA 10. Sold price on this was $19.16. We have a Richard Petty STP. I believe this is 1972. That sold raw for $1,950. I'll be curious to see how NASCAR prices continue to do with F1 going crazy over the last few years. It seems like some people are going from F1 to NASCAR, but I could be wrong. I don't follow that space as much as I probably should. Number 16 is another Jack Johnson, a turkey red in a 4. If you guys see the backdrop of my videos, I have a turkey red Jack Johnson only in a 1. It has a pinhole, but a very nice copy over here in a 4. I always think if these cards were smaller, they'd go for way more, although they are really great art within a studio or anywhere else. But regardless, this copy over here sold for $21.25. Number 15, we have a 1982 Wrestling All-Star of Hulk Hogan. Card number 2 in the set in a PSA 7 grade at 25, 11, and 40. A card that I'm not too familiar with, Jose Moreno from 1936, a soccer football player. This copy over here in a 2, which by the way looks nicer than a 2, sold for $2,600. Up in the number 13 spot, we have a 1965 Bancroft of Arnold Palmer and an 8.5 grade. These came in booklets, so the back is technically not even Arnold Palmer. Iffy card in my opinion, but regardless, it got slabbed at a certain point and the hobby took over that. This one sold for $2,650 in an 8.5 grade. Up in the number 12 spot is a 1998 Rock autograph, just graded authentic. The auto looks pretty nice, and so does the card. So I'm curious why someone didn't try to get the double grade. This one sold for $3,000. Number 11 is a 1937 Ogden's of Jesse Owens and an 8.5. Really nice grade on this card. There's another version called the Hignets, way tougher. Occasionally you find them. They're more expensive than the Ogden's. This is not an easy card still to find overseas. Ogden's are mass produced, but a lot of these have been cherry picked over the years. So you can't find that many of these out there in nice shape like an 8.5, but they still exist in mid-grade and stuff like that. Let's jump into some honorable mentions. Before we jump into our honorable mentions, I wanted to give a shout out to video sponsor today, which is Check Out My Cards, a platform that I have been buying and selling on for almost 2 years now. I've bought on their eBay store for even longer, but at the time I didn't know that they had a full-on website. Now, the best part about this website is you can sell cards that you don't like, that are cheaper cards, and upgrade into something that's even nicer. A case that I did is I had a bunch of junk cards and I was able to upgrade into a early 1900s Ogden of Ranji, a famous Indian cricketer from Sydney. Now, I was able to find a PSA 4 on the platform. As soon as I saw it listed, I bought it right away. But you can go over here and browse and you can see like they have miscellaneous, multi-sport, wrestling, boxing, MMA, tennis, golf, soccer, right? All this, and racing, I should say. All this is available right here, which is really, really nice. And you can filter by year, different things like that. So you go to miscellaneous category. Sometimes you find other sports. Sometimes you find like esports, stuff like that. You can choose the decade, right? Like early 1900s, all the way up through today. And you can see like over here, we have jockeys and different things like that. So make sure to check out ComC. I'm going to put a link down below to my portfolio on ComC. You can create an account from there or whatnot. I have almost 20,000 cards for sale, and I'm willing to work on a deal with you. So make sure to check out my ComC port down below. Thank you again for sponsoring the video. Let's get back into our... All right, another Bancroft. This time we have a Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali. This sold for $458. We have an Allen and Ginter N28 of Captain Bugars. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apologize if it's wrong. This one in a 3.5 sold for $500. We have a 1987 Andre the Giant Topps WWF card number 17 sticker, a PSA 10. This sold for $700. 1996 Flair Dale Earnhardt Sr. autograph, dual nines on this, sold for $700. 1968 Panini of Mark Spitz on card autograph. Someone probably got this through TTM or an event. And this one sold for $750. Definitely get that dual grade on this because it looks pretty nice, unless the back is pretty bad. Allen Robertson 1900 Cope Bros, one of the earliest golf sets out there if you exclude some of the different Baines shields, but one of the most popular ones also. It's in a 4.5, sold for $880. 1911 Wills Jack Johnson with the scissors back, which the scissors back adds a little bit of a premium to these cards. This one sold for $898 in a 6. 1985 Topps WWF Hulk Hogan card number 16 in a PSA 9. This one sold for $900. 1900 Coke Bros, another one in a nice grade in a 5. John Taylor. This one sold for $1,000. And hey, speaking again, we have check out my cards right here. So something that someone could have just added cards onto their profile and sold. Could be $1 to $3 cards and work your way up into something like this, which is an incredible card for your PC. I tell you, a lot of people end up doing that, clearing out some old shelves of cards that they don't care about anymore and upgrading to something really, really nice. Tiger Woods from 1998, and this one in a PSA 9 sold for $1,100. David Beckham Merlin's Premier Gold in a PSA 10. This one sold for $1,141. And now we're going to jump into our top 10. And we're going to start off with a 1987 Astro Boys Kelly Slater. Now, there was a group of Astro Boys posted, I believe, in our non-sports group recently. The collector wanted to keep Slater, but everything else was in there. So if you are looking for that, check out our non-sports group. Although this is debatable whether it should be non-sports or sports. $4,400. Personally, I believe surfing is a sport, but sometimes we let that type of stuff slide in that group. We have a 1982 Mark Van Basten in an 8.5 grade by BGS. This one sold for $5,000. Jumping up to a 1982 Wrestling All-Star Ric Flair BGS 9.5, which is really, really nice. Curious if someone's going to try to cross this over to PSA because there's a ton of registry guys for this set. $5,622. In the number 7 spot, Andre the Giant from 1973 Wrestling Annual. It's always crazy to me when people say the Andre rookie's 1982 and he has so many cards in the 70s. This one sold for $6,101. Number 6 is a Jack Nicklaus PSA 6 with an autograph being a 10. This one sold for $7,000. These are on fire. They have gone up quite a bit for the autographed version. Number 5, I accidentally removed, so rather than relabel everything, so I do apologize on that. Number 4 is a 1958 Pele in a CGC2, which sold for $8,250. Number 3 is a Sports Illustrated from Kids, for Kids, 1996 of Tiger Woods, 9.5 grade, which is really, really tough to find on these perforated cards, $8,750. Number 2 is a 1958 Pele in a 6.5. This one sold for $8,900. And the top sale for May is a 1960 Cassius Clay in a 9. This sold for $72,500. Huge, huge jump in comparison to number 2. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're launching these every single month. And they take a lot of effort to produce these videos, so I really do hope you guys like these. I did take out the descriptions on here. It was just taking too much time to